Hey, Bruce. Obviously, Mike gets the chance here to presumably go back in the starting lineup and help you guys a little bit. What's the biggest challenge you're going to have for him in these games without Selman?
Well, you feel good about him, and obviously he had missed some time, and he had come back and played really well in those, the Texas Tech and the Texas game was really positive. In the Kansas game, I think Nigel and Marquise were doing so much, he just didn't get a lot of opportunities. And then, crazy, he had unbelievable, had a couple really good practices for us as of late, just making shots. I thought Baylor, the first one he took was a little quick. We shot too many threes early against them. And then, but I thought he settled in and he had some nice drives and did some nice things for us. So, he's a veteran player. He's been through it. This is his chance. I told him the other night late when we got back, I just said, this is your chance to, really leave some kind of legacy. It's up to you to really step forward and help us. He's, like I say, he's back and he's had some practices and feeling a lot more confident. So, I hope he has a great positive finish of his career.
I don't think it's any surprise that you guys are undefeated when he scores double digits. When he's playing, within himself like that, what's the key to his success?
I think some of it we got to find him, and I think when we move the basketball, which we did against Texas Tech, Texas, and keep playing basketball and keep that ball moving, that allows somebody beside Nigel and Marquise to make some plays, and they can't. And teams are focusing on those two guys also. So, but all along we've always talked to him about being efficient, and those two games, they were two of his better efficient games. And I think coming off of COVID, not practicing, I just said be simple, make simple basketball plays, and he did. And I think that's what he has to do to be successful. And obviously it would help, either of the last two games, if we would have got something out of some other guys, it would have definitely helped.
All right. Thanks, Bruce. Travel safe.
Next question to Michael.
Yeah, Bruce, you feel like you got a pretty good matchup with an Ole Miss team that relies on its backcourt and is missing Joyner for one thing?
Yeah, I mean, they are. I think the first thing Coach Henderson on the radio last night, he was on our radio show and told Wyatt, first word that comes out with the scout is talented. They are talented. They have a lot of good athletes. They have some, guys that can make plays. Obviously, Ruffin, Morrell, those are guys that can really make plays. They have guys, guy that's been at Duke. They have guys that have, transferred. So these are experienced guys. They had a setback, lost a couple guys to injuries. And, I think it took them a few games to kind of recover. But if you watch, they did obviously just beat Florida soundly, got Mississippi State the first time. Mississippi State got them the second time in their big rival game. Auburn game, they're up double digits in the second half. And Auburn has to push it. They take Tennessee on the road to overtime. So it's a tough matchup. They got talent. They switch defenses. I think that'll be a key for us to, our defense has to be really sound. When Missouri beat them, and I think that was right when they had lost some guys and they were probably trying to figure out a new identity. Missouri's defense was really sound, and that kept them from changing defenses on the other end. So, that I think our defense probably was, I thought Tuesday was the worst it's been all year. And again, I'm not exactly sure why. Credit maybe a little bit to Baylor because they're really good, but we were just a step behind, and we got to pick that up and do a great job of defending and so that'll allow us to get some transition, allow us to not let them change defenses and attack their man defense.
How much growth have you seen in Nigel Pack's game in basically a year and a half?
Oh, I mean, he was last year, he was really good player, a solid player. I didn't think he got enough credit. I guess part of it, we struggled in so many games with all the, with the youth and all the things we went through. But the big thing we've really tried to work on in the spring, summer, fall was, creating off the dribble, being more confident, taking people, and he's done that. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Marquise has kind of taken some of his playmaking away, but I've told Nigel at times, when they lock into him or do a great job in, ball screens with him involved, we still need him to create for us and get some assists. I think that it would help us. I think it's the one thing. And even defensively, he's made strides. I know we put him on Obagi, and I know he scored a bunch, but I thought he really made him earn things. He's probably our best guy at chasing people. And he's also very good on the scout part of it, understanding what the other team is doing and taking their options away.
And how much has he made the step back a real weapon for him?
Yeah, and that's what we worked on. I think, it was the first thing in the spring I really talked to him about, because we got to end the shot clocks and, you got to make a play. And he I think we had gone against Baylor so many times last year, and those guys, we talked a lot about them. Hey, these guys are really good players. This is what they did. You get to the end of the shot clock, you get switches. You got to be confident to go make that play. And he's feeling better about himself. He was disappointed the other night. I know our whole team was. I told everyone stay out of the gym on Wednesday. I actually came back late because I had to get some get another tape and watch another game, and he was in shooting. So I think he's pretty driven to be successful, and that's part of his why he's had the success he's had.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
Landon, you're up next.
Coach, obviously the Ole Miss game isn't a throwaway game. It's still a tough game, but is it nice to step away from the gauntlet that the Big 12 has been this season?
Well, I hope so. We'll see. It's, we told them yesterday, it's, they had a game Wednesday night. So I don't know if they had they had a game Monday. So their day off is probably yesterday. So you got two teams that probably don't know each other quite as well as you know everyone in the league. But it's still, it's a huge game for us. And, and we're on the road, so that even makes it tougher. And, but it's important. And, I obviously the SEC, I love the challenge. I've always said I don't want it in the middle of January, but hopefully this is a chance for us to take a step as a team and get off to have a good game, get a road win, and lead us into a good, strong finish to our season.
Thank you, Coach.
Go ahead, Grant.
Hey, Coach. I know you said after that Baylor game there was an emotional hangover after the Kansas loss. Just wondering how the spirits of the team is right now.
I hope good. We did have the program that the group that we dealt with that put us through some of that, training in the fall. We had them Zoom with it. They actually reached out to us and said they wanted to, kind of get back with the guys. They've been staying in touch with them. I thought that session went well yesterday. We stayed out of it, the coaches, but I let them give me the feedback, the players. We didn't even talk about the Baylor game one. We didn't even bring it up to them. I mean, it's done and over with. You can't change it. They got our butts kicked. Now it's all got to be positive. And I said on the radio with Wyatt last night, I had a glass of water in front of me and I had drank part of it. And I said, you got to look at it. You decide, is it half empty or half full? And we got to look at half full and be positive with them, help them emotionally. I think we've proven when we're all together, we're a pretty good team. When we move the basketball, we guard. Obviously, rebounding at times can be a struggle, but at other times it's been pretty good. So we just got to figure out how to put it all together here and have a great finish.
And then who are you keying in on for the Rebels?
Well, obviously Ruffin is a talented guy. Morrell can really score the basketball. I think a big key is not letting those other guys, somebody else, go off and have a huge game. That to me, that might be the most important thing.